And TVC News senior reporter Sifon Essien joins me on the news at 7 for more on this. Sifon, illegal smuggling and proliferation of light arms has been a big challenge in the country for a long time. I remember the former president, talking about this at the last United Nations General Assembly he attended. What more can you tell us about this particular incident and an effort to curb this?
Well, the efforts to curb this, it's one which is inclusive. The police and other law enforcement agencies are implementing a mix of strategies to, one, mop up arms and light weapons, as well as try to bolster security around the porous border areas. We also understand that there is an office responsible for curbing control of small arms in the Office of the National Security Advisor. They've also been implementing a mix of strategies to ensure that the mop-up arms from armed groups, from repentant militants, many people will call them that, or defected militants, as the case may be, and other criminals who have given up arms. But cutting the supply of arms from coming into the country is indeed being a challenge, even made worse by the local manufacture of arms. Several regions are being known to ply that trade, production of arms locally within the country.
And that's the part of your report, Sifon, that really got my attention, the fact that local manufacturing, and that's illegal, by the way, is also a big challenge for us in the country. Does the police have any lead on that? Has any arrest been made in terms of those who manufacture locally?
Well, talking about local manufacture of illicit arms, it's happening across the country, from the north to the south to the east and the west. Now, the police have the information as to those involved and how they are going about their business, and that's subject of their operations, and they would not disclose that. And what you just saw in that report is one of the outcomes of the operations by the police, picking bits and pieces of that information and implementing it, leading to the arrest of those suspects you saw in that report. And this is an ongoing investigation, and we understand that in the days to come they will pick more members. Remember, in the introduction, it was you read that the kingpin is wanted, is at large, and the police are on his trail. There are many of such cases happening as we speak. And let me also take you back a little. Weeks back, the Chief of Defense Staff had raised his voice on this same issue, talking about proliferation light weapons and small arms, especially the manufacture within Nigeria, calling on those responsible to perhaps approach the government, and see if something can be worked out for them to be, or their operations to be legalized. In other words, they can work with the Defense Industry Corporation of Nigeria and things like that. And a framework will be developed for that to happen. But for now, the production of arms illegally without government permits and government licenses remains outlawed.
And Sifon, that anytime I speak with you, I always want to ask about the situation of security in Abuja, and just generally issues around kidnapping, especially on the outskirts of the Federal Capital Territory. Give us update on that as well, and efforts by the police to also curb that.
Well, the police are working out a strategy, and following the recent one that happened in the Kubwa area, actually the Chikakore area of Abuja, where a man, his wife and children were taken from their home. Up till now, they've not yet found freedom, but we understand that the police are also on their trail. That's the much we know and can share for now until we get updates from the police. But there is a general strategy being adopted or implemented by the police to keep the federal capital safe, especially coming from the flanks. where you have Nasarawa, you have Kaduna, you have Kogi State. There are choke point strategies being implemented by the police to ensure that residents of the FCT can sleep, at least to an extent, with their eyes closed.
Thank you so much, Sifon, for that update. As senior reporter, Sifon Essia, live for us in the nation's capital, bringing us update on security there.